big 3-2 victory for the Detroit Red Wings in overtime on the road. Spenny's boys, and I do mean boys, plural. Jonathan Berggren.
Johnny Burgers.
With find the back of the net. And then big Simon Edvinsson in overtime, 3-on-3, tucking it home. Evolution. Phenomenal game by Cam Talbot, keeping this team in the game.
Stone Malkin in overtime.
Big 3-2 win, got 2 points. These are the ones that I said last year. This is a game that you can mark up is that Steve Yzerman improved the goaltending. When you get your save percentage from 9 up to 915, this is what happens. That extra point that you need, the win, the Cam Talbot. So great moves by him. Great moves by the young guy. Patrick Kane also getting on the board. To me, I watched the whole game, and it was closer, but there's still spurts, right? There's still spurts, and I think that there's some glaring they're becoming more glaring spots of improvement where they need it, and you can look at the guys that are in the lineup. But I thought last night's game was a step in the right direction. Terry Foster, I think you commented to me that this Red Wing team we even saw in the past 2 games
looks different.
Look different. So right. I will concur that. Look different. Big 2. Anytime you get 2 points.
But what else do I need?
What do you need?
Bigger sample sizes.
Absolutely.
Right. But I thought last night, I know the overtime goal is always the biggest goal of the game. I thought the first goal of the game was the most important for the Wings because they played well enough where they needed to be rewarded. They needed to see that puck over the line, hitting the back of the net. They deserved that, and they finally got that 1 minute into the second period. I thought that goal was huge because if you start playing well and you're not rewarded, then at some point everything just falls apart. And I thought that goal was really huge for them.
Perseverance, right? And it started the other night against, the Rangers, where the opportunities, and I'd said this before, is that you're not even getting shots on net, so let's get attempts. Now, they're getting chances. They've started the games. That's what we call start on time. They've tried to, set the tone. Yesterday getting up 2-0 on the road and then, letting Pittsburgh back in, but being able to sort of hold on, especially with the barrage that Pittsburgh threw out in the third period. But the one little thing is just those moments. So still, it's not that 60-minute game. But Spenny, was it better? Were you more encouraged? Because I was more encouraged than I've had been over the past few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think this offense has been encouraging the past couple games. When you look at what they did in New York, if it wasn't for Jonathan Quick taking some secret sauce from Dr. Pierce and reverting to his 2012 form, they probably win that game. So you like to see them getting shots on net. You like to see them being more confident in the zone, more aggressive towards the net and getting pucks and trying to get rebounds, because that's how you're going to score in the NHL. Not every goal is going to be a beautiful dangle by your 6'6" defenseman in overtime to win it, or an absolute snipe show from Johnny Burgers. You're going to need to get rebounds. You're going to need to get ugly goals, and I see them attacking the net more, which is something I really like. But like you said about my guys, shout out to Johnny Burgers. Just that's what he's brought in here to do. You're brought in here to be a shooter, kid, and he put one top cheddar up left side, right over the shoulder, beautiful shot. And then Simon Edvinsson, I've been asking for this out of him for a couple weeks now, is to get more involved in the offense, and you can really see a guy like that big body offensive defenseman in a 3-on-3 overtime setting. He took over and he just took the puck into the middle of the offensive zone, made a little dangle, and put it in the back of the net. You love to see that.
I
the
think
one
it's
thing
easy.
too is that I wanted, and it was, if you watch the game, TNT had it, and there was an interview after the game of Darren Pang, former goalie, NHL. Commentator and stuff, with Cam Talbot, and talking about watching Simon Edvinsson and Mo Seider. He asked him, what's it like to have the two Red Oaks in front of you and stuff. But remember, Simon Edvinsson is just, he's had I'm going to say last year it's tough cup of coffee, but really establish himself, because what you can't forget, what Spenny just said, there's a rookie, there's a young guy that's not only on the ice 3-on-3 against the best players in the world in overtime, he's playing against the best players on every other team every night. And if he can establish this bit of an offensiveness when they need it, just like we seem like most steps up, where does this come? I know that we focus on what we don't have and what we're looking for, but maybe that's something that, as we're criticizing, the coaching staff for stuff like this, but the evolution of the Simon Edvinsons, the young guys, the Marco Kaspers getting in there and being a part of it. So the youth of this team continuing to get ice time and continuing to improve. So that is a positive, is it not?
It is a positive, but the difficult thing we're asking these young guys to do is to develop, to get better, but win enough so that you're in the playoffs too. That's going to be difficult to accomplish. Not impossible, but we have expectations for this team now. I don't care how young they are. Get in the playoffs.
No, I absolutely. Is that where everybody's at? I guess just sitting here going into this weekend, going in after yesterday's game, because of the way teams, the inconsistency. Are we seeing more? Do we expect this to be more the way that they play, the more consistent? Because the more, like you said, Spenny, shooters got to shoot.
Shooters got to
shoot.
Right,
guys got to give him the puck. You see Lucas Raymond, he's still getting the opportunity, snake bitten as anybody else. But
you know
playing
what?
Those
know what the perfect storm is? Going on a West Coast trip. We'll see, because when you go away, 3 different time zones, you're playing 3 pretty good teams away from home on the West Coast, it can all go away. Now, if we still, when they come back and we're still talking about, hey, you know what, they look pretty good, then that's going to be the tale of, okay, maybe this team has got it right.
No, which will put us right around 20 games, which puts us at the quarter of the way into the season and stuff like this. Is there, I see like a lot in the chat. We always go back to DeBrincat and Raymond and all these top guys. Are you getting enough out of these guys right now, Spenny?
No, I still don't think you are. You got the goal out of Kane last night, which was good, but the offense seems stale when you have your best guys on the ice. The offense seems like it's at its best when you got these young, hungry guys like Bergeron, like Veleno, like those guys, Casper, attacking, pushing, and that's when the offense looks at its best. It looks bad when you have Tarasenko and Kane and stuff out there. I just think it's the offensive philosophy. I saw Dabber said it. The only person moving in the slot is Patrick Kane. It's just mindless passing to the open man, and that's what Dabber, and you could see that. They're just kind of going through the motions when they have the puck on offense. They're not running any real action to try to get good looks, good scoring opportunities. So you need to step it up. You've got too much talent up there. Like, put Tarasenko in front of the net, or put Rasmussen up on one of the top lines with those guys, so you could put a big body out there in the middle of the zone or in front of the net and have someone screen. I just think that they need to rework their offensive philosophy still. They're doing better with the younger guys, but when you get the gray bushes out there, they look like they're old. They look like they're not ready to go. It's frustrating still.
We always talk about, back in the day, the beauty of the Wings passing attack, the Russian 5 and Steve Yzerman. But I'm accustomed to Red Wings having somebody in front of the net, whether it's Dino Ciccarelli or Thomas Holmstrom, just being an asshole, and then getting hit in the back of the legs by the goalie and stuff. You need that.
Yes,
it's
you do.
Not glamorous. It hurts, but you need muckers in there.
And no better place to do that, like you said, is going on a West Coast road trip. So the 7-7-1 Detroit Red Wings take on the 5-8-2 Anaheim Ducks Friday night. Right, 10 o'clock, so you can tune in. And like you said, because going on the road, they got to get points, but it's simplified. This game, you should win against Anaheim, but Anaheim always plays you tough. But it's like this one thing: are we seeing more consistency? Before we go to break, let me. I don't know who said it. Opie, Opa, whatever was spending. You said a little dangle.
A little dangle.
So somebody, let me explain. Here's DMAC hockey lingo 101. A dangle is when a player has the puck on his stick and he stick handles and makes somebody look a little bit sick. So either by going around them or maybe dipsy doing through them. We call that where the puck doesn't leave his stick. He just dangled your ass, baby. A sweet little dangle.
A little baby dangle.
So, I
from
mean,
the
if
big
you want
guy.
to see a sweet little dangle, just pull up the 1997 Stanley Cup clinching goal.
There we go.
Game 4.
I was gonna
that
say,
will
I was
be
thinking
as
about
good of a
it.
dangle
You
as
dangled
you will
somebody
see.
once in your career.
Oh, was it me? Me? Yeah. Beat one guy one-on-one my whole career. Guys, it's all about timing. And what do I always say? Why is it hashtag wiser plan? Because Stevie always knows best. Even back then, first guy I look at and he says, what the F was that? And I'm like, I don't know. And he says, thank God you don't have to do it again.